first question, obviously, are you okay with me putting this on YouTube?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Amazing.
I have no issues.
So, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, so I am Eviimae. Some just call me Evie, some call me May, either works. I've been playing Magic for right around a year now, so I'm still pretty new to Magic. Currently the only format I play is Commander, but I want to learn some of the other formats. I know they like some of the different formats have different regulations about what sets you can use, all that, and I don't know all those kind of rules and any of that. But yeah, so if anyone ever wants to teach me the formats, I am absolutely game all the time.
Well, the Discord that you joined is a great place for that.
Yes.
Did you join both of my Discords or just the female one?
I think I'm just in the femme one, but if you have another one, I don't know which one I'm in. I'm in so many now at this point.
That's fair. They're hard to keep track of.
I'm in yours. I'm in Gamer Mom Bombs. I'm in Ashwee's.
I didn't even know
you made it, Caesar.
Yes. One.
Yeah, it's pretty small, but she does have one. Yes, I will shoot you an invite.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So you answered how long you've been playing, so we'll go ahead and skip right over that one and go into how did you get involved with Magic?
I got involved with Magic thanks to somebody I was dating about this time last year. Funny story. So I knew he was into Magic, and I remember as a kid, my dad used to play Magic. But I never really got into it when we were growing up. And the person who I was dating actually had just moved to the area, and he was like, hey, like, where are the Magic card shops? And I was like, well, I'm nerd enough to know where those are, even though I don't play Magic. So I took him down to one of our shops, and he started naming off all these cards and that he wanted to purchase all these cards. And I was like looking at them, and I'm like, well, I know, like, this is a pretty hefty card. Like, I'm going to bet this card runs, X price and this price. And by the end of it, there was probably like 6 or 7 cards that he had picked out. And I was like, I'm going to bet you're spending about $160 for these cards. He's like, no way. I'm only going to spend like $135. Well, the dude totals them up and he's like, yeah, it's $152 and blah, blah, blah change. And my boyfriend looked at me and he's like, are you sure you don't play Magic? Like, because you guessed the price closer than I did. I was like, no, I just saw the cards and read them and they looked like, from what they did, I expected them to be like pricey cards.
That's fair. I have a hard time judging the price of a card.
Some of them I have a harder time. Some of them I expect, to not be what they are. Mm-hmm. But after that moment, he's like, okay, we're going home and I'm teaching you how to play Magic. He's like, because if you can do that without even actually playing, you need to play.
And then you got addicted and you've been there ever since.
Yeah, I got completely addicted. I love it.
All right.
Hi, Joey. I see you in here.
Joey is on your side. I'm going to hurt him. I'm kidding. I'm not actually threatening anybody to go to whichever side. As long as you're here and you're watching, I appreciate you. Even the people that are going to watch this later on YouTube, I appreciate them as well.
Absolutely.
All right. So why don't you tell me about like a fun way that you've won a game? Maybe your deck did something you didn't know that it could do, or you just, stole the win from somebody.
So those that don't know, that haven't played with me, my primary commander at this moment is Lothiel, the Bounteous Dawn. And actually just last weekend, I managed to pull a really janky win. It was absolutely hilarious. I had, Sunbond on Lothiel, which says every time you gain life, put +1/+1 counter, that many +1/+1 counters. And thief, I'm not a thief. And then I had, I can never remember the name of the card. But I had a card that doubled my +1/+1 counters. It's not doubling season. It's one of the other ones. I'd have to actually look through my deck to remember what it is. Yeah, and then I also had my Rock's Faith Mender out. But so then I also had Rock's Faith Mender, which doubled the amount of life I gained. So within 2 or 3 turns, I turned Lothiel, which is a 2/2, into a 72/72. Yeah, it was pretty gross.
That's Selesnya, right?
Yeah, and then like the one thing I love Lothiel. I love playing with +1/+1 counters. But the one thing I will say is like they need time to build. You need time for a +1/+1 counter deck. Primal Vigor, thank you, Caesar. I couldn't remember what it was called. But they can pull off some stupid stuff if they get ignored. Which Crafty actually kind of learned that firsthand last night. Played a game with Crafty, Diablo Mark, and Ash, and it got kind of nasty pretty quick because I got pretty ignored. So, and I was like, oh, hey, yeah, everything's a 20/20 something, and all of it has double strike and lifelink.
Those +1/+1 counters can get mean, but they're so good.
They're so fun. They're so fun.
So let's flip the script. Tell me about a terrible way you've lost. Like, just like the worst loss you ever had. The one that like haunts you to this day.
I don't know that I have anything in particular.
My foot is stuck.
I remember when I first started playing, the boyfriend at the time that got me into the game, he only had a CEDH Kalia deck. And I bashed my face into that deck for 6 months.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I bashed my bold plagiarist. Yes, Caesar. That was a horrible way to lose on that game too. Caesar likes to run is it Falia? I don't remember her name. But he has a bold plagiarist. So every time I put +1/+1 counters on anything, bold plagiarist gets all the +1/+1 counters too. That's not fun.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, so I bashed my face for 6 months into a competition, a competitive Kalia deck. Felissa, thank you. I knew I was something close on that. So I've got some pretty gnarly losses underneath my belt. But I don't know. I really kind of looking back on it now, like at the time, obviously, like bashing your face into a deck like that for 6 months as a brand new player is defeating. But I'm a very competitive person. So I'm like, okay, all right, we're gonna do it again, and we're gonna do it again. And I finally won, and it was jank, and I won because he got screwed on lands, and I don't care. I'm claiming it. I won.
Lesser people walked away from the game at that point.
You know, a lot, and I've been told that a lot. And you know, I'm really competitive. So I didn't want to give up. I didn't want to say no, like I'm done. I wanted to beat it.
Well, that's fair.
Because that's just the kind of person that I'm sorry, I have like allergies and my eye is just acting up really bad today.
It's okay. I just got off work. I keep catching cornmeal. Like, I haven't had a chance to shower yet. I'm just like, there's cornmeal everywhere.
Lovely. You should have took a shower. You would have had time. I would have gave you time.
Well, like I said, I'm trying to do this and then go to D&D, and I don't want to have D&D wait on me.
I get that. So, but yeah, so I've got a lot of really hard losses under my belt, which I feel like has taught me a lot with this game of like learning to accept those hard losses. Because I feel like that's a problem for a lot of people who are just getting into the game, is that like when they lose, they take it really hard. And I was the same way. Like when I first just for the first couple months, you know, all I did was lose, and like I took it really hard. And I'm like, I don't want to play. I don't know that I want to keep playing this. But my desire to win overcame that. And this community has helped a lot with that too, of just being able to learn to brush it off. So
I definitely love the community. For some reason, the social media version of this seems to be so much more accepting than like if you actually walk into an LGS. Which brings me to my next question. As a female in the community, have you ever received any hate strictly for being a woman?
I have. Unfortunately, I've also not even just being a woman, but having a child. Because I'm a single mom. There are three LGSs in my area. One of which I'm actually not welcome to go into if I have my child with me. The owner of the LGS has an issue with my son. My son is special needs. And so he just kind of looks around. He's really hyper. He's never broken anything, never even like come close to breaking anything. But because my son's kind of all over everywhere, the owner has flat out told me that like I'm not welcome in that shop if I have him with me.
Yeah, I would just like, blacklist that
Yeah.
shop altogether.
Yep. Yeah, I won't go to that shop anymore, regardless if I have him or not. If I am that desperate for a card, I will order it online. But the other two LGSs, I really love them. Of course, there's gonna be minor things. There has been like situations where, people like kind of look down at me or they misjudge me as a player because I am female. But my area luckily is relatively supportive of new players, of female players, kind of bringing us into the mix. So there is one LGS I do and love going to because they have been supportive of me all the way.
That's fantastic.
So
Absolutely wonderful.
yes, I feel like I am definitely one of the lucky few, because it definitely is not a thing for a lot of women, in a lot of areas. Hi, Thrado.
So, what are your favorite colors to play?
My favorite colors obviously are Celestial, white, and green. I do enjoy playing black. I do have a mono black deck. I also am working on two other decks, which is I'm actually gonna make my own Kalia deck. And that's my friend made me do it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. He decided to make a deck, and now I have no choice but to bring out the hate.
Well, if you weren't aware, my cat's name is Kalia, so I can't be upset at that.
Oh, that's great. But yeah, my friend made a deck that I actually play with here locally in my town. We go every couple of weeks and we'll do a little magic night. And he's like, I'm gonna make this pain in the rear coma deck. And I was like, I really hate coma. And he's like, it won't be that bad. And his coma deck completely obliterated my Lothiel. And I was like, okay, I told you if this happened, like, I'm making Kalia. It's gonna happen. What is your favorite color and why is it blue? Ricky, I can't stand plain blue. I don't like plain blue.
So,
blue is very stressful for me.
Blue is very stressful for just about everybody.
I've played blue one time. My friend let me play with a blue deck. And I spent the entire time basically having an anxiety attack about deciding when to counter things and what's worth countering and what's not. And I was like, I can't live like this. I can't live like this. I don't know how people can do it.
I don't like blue as a first color, but I do like blue as a secondary or a tertiary color. So like, I love Selesnya, don't get me wrong, but Bant is probably like,
I don't know. I thought about giving blue another try, maybe and like a 3-color deck just to give me a little bit of spice into it.
If you're wanting to try blue and you love Selesnya, I would build Bant Enchantress. So either the Planeswalker,
okay,
or I love my Tuvasa deck. Tuvasa is very popular as an Enchantress deck. So I would give enchantments in Bant colors a chance.
Oh, I'll have to look into it. Simic. Someone's telling me to play Simic.
Simic is... Simic is... But that's just because Wizards love Simic so much.
True.
So we've talked a little bit about D&D and Magic. Do you collect any other type of thing? Like Funko Pop?
I do. I actually, right above my head here, I'm super into Doctor Who. Which I think Idolot of Blossoms, I don't know if she's in here, has been making a lot of Doctor Who posts, and I was like, yay!
Never seen a single episode.
Hey, Frosty! But yeah, so I've got a whole pop set of Doctor Who right above my head. And my friend has actually made me this little like plaque with me and my son's name in Gallifreyan. And then I collect Sailor Moon pops. I'm really into Sailor Moon. I actually have a Sailor Moon tattoo here. Hi Ash. Just played to Foiva. I can't spell. I can't say that. I can't talk to that, guys. But yeah, Doctor Who, My Little Pony, Sailor Moon. I love all sorts of anime. I have a whole collection of like the Borderlands pops. I pretty much get one like every Mother's Day for my son's dad because they know I love Borderlands. So they built my Pops Borderlands collection for me. But yeah, those are probably my biggest things that I really would say I collect. Actually, you can kind of see my Sailor Moon photo there.
So, let's see. What playmats do you own, and do you have a favorite?
I do have a favorite. So right now I only have two. I'll have to go grab my favorite because it just got washed. So I have actually because I'm right here at my little setup. I've got this one here. I'm not a fan of it. It's my backup mat.
That's fair. Everybody should have a backup.
So I got it from Channel Fireball. So I was like, it was like in a bundle deal. It's like, mat's a mat. But let me go. Hey, buddy, can you do me a favor? So mommy doesn't actually have to get up. You're not gonna do it, are you? Can you get my mat off the oven? Off the door? This little black thing that's hanging from the door. But no, so my favorite mat is actually my first mat that I've ever got. I only have the two. Buddy, on the turn around, hanging on the door of the oven. There you go. And some buddies that I started playing with said that you should never buy your own first mat. Apparently, it's some superstition in their play group. I don't know.
That would make sense
really
why my first playmat went missing, and it's my favorite playmat, and it's gone. It's gone.
Right. But you guys have seen it in a lot of my videos, but it's my little dragon lady.
That's so pretty.
So she's my favorite mat. I'm glad she's finally all clean and dry now. My cat's decided to spill something on it. Hello, Rebecca. But yeah, so that is my favorite mat. I'm gonna be sad when I wear this out. Yes, she is super hot. I love her. She is just gorgeous. Just gorgeous, my little dragon lady. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if that's like really a real thing or if that's just like a local thing. I've never heard anybody else say that buying your first playmat is superstitious.
I mean, I have the same superstition for D&D dice. You don't ever buy your first set of dice.
Right. I agree with that one too. So I'm a big D&Der. So I actually had a game earlier this morning. So I shouldn't say D&D. I'm a tabletop gamer. Tabletop RPGs because I don't actually play D&D right now. I have, just not right now.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so I was told that it was superstitious. So your first playmat is at your office as a keyboard mat. I mean, I guess that works. But so he let me pick out of his collection of playmats, and I got to pick any one of the playmats that I wanted, and that's the one I fell in love with. So
that's fair. It's a very
you will love that playmat until the end of time. Well, thank you, Joey. It is like I don't know that I'm ever gonna find another playmat that I love as much as that one. It's just gorgeous.
So we're talking about dice. What accessories outside of cards and playmats do you have for Magic?
I don't really have a whole lot. I have a Magic the Gathering lanyard. And then I don't know where she's at. I have one of those little like Vraska keychains. That's all I have for Magic accessories, sadly. Buddy, quiet down, please. I thought about buying myself the really cool shirt that Gamer Mom Bomb had. I've had it in my like Amazon tray for weeks. Where it's got like all of the rarities, and then at the bottom is me. It's cute. Awesome. But yeah, I don't really have any accessories that are Magic aside from the two things so far. We'll see. We'll get there.
So do you have any pet cards? Like cards that you want to put in every deck?
I would put a Baneslayer Angel in every deck that runs white. Absolutely. I love Baneslayer Angel. She is my favorite by far. Geyer Sage is a newfound love of mine too.
Hey, my name. All right, let's see. Okay. If you were a planeswalker, what would your colors be and what would your abilities be?
Ugh, I don't know.
You
I
just
hate
want to
this
skip over that one?
question.
You don't have to answer. You can just like.
Okay, so here's the thing. A lot of people are probably gonna hate me on this. I'm not a huge Planeswalker fan.
Live's over, guys. Live's over. We're done. We're not friends anymore. Kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay. No, I don't know. I'm trying to learn the love for the Planeswalker.
I mean, there are a couple of
starting out,
Ajani's that would be fantastic in your deck that you were just talking about with +1/+1 counters.
yeah, I actually just ordered one. I'm trying to get more into the Planeswalkers. When I first started, like we didn't. I had a not good experience with Planeswalkers right off the bat. So my first deck. Oh, Emerald, I'm not the only one. See, I'm not the only one. Emerald says she's with me on it too. So my first deck was the Ob Nixilis Planeswalker Commander set. And I didn't really care for him. And for him to be my commander, I was like, well, I'm never even casting my commander because I don't really enjoy him as a card. I didn't kind of get the synergy from him to the deck.
That's fair.
And I think that just kind of spoiled my initial opinion of Planeswalkers. So I'm trying to refine a love for them slowly but surely. But yeah, I just didn't see the connection between him being the commander and then the rest of the deck. I just didn't quite figure out what the connect was for the two. And I was like, well, I would spend games with never even casting my commander because I was like, well, there's not really a need for him with this deck. So I'm trying. We're slowly getting there, slowly but surely. There's a couple Planeswalkers. I played with a Luca before. I had a red-white deck that I had run, and I ran Luca in it. And I was like, okay, he's pretty cool. But yeah, so I don't know enough about Planeswalkers. Like, I know how they work. But to decide what colors I would be and what abilities I would have is not something I can do right now.
Well, I mean, at bare minimum, sounds like you'd be Celestia and you'd have some kind of +1 ability.
Oh, I'm sure. At a bare minimum, I'm sure.
+1 counter ability. +1 ability. Dumb. I knew what I meant. Y'all didn't, but it's fine. You'd have a +1 ability that made +1/+1 counters. So many +1s. It's fine. Brain dead.
I got you. That's what matters. We're good.
That's what happens when you close and then open. And
ooh,
I've had 3 hours of sleep. Give me a break.
You are good, Sage.
All right. So here comes everyone's either favorite or least favorite question, depending on who you are. Who are some of your favorite content creators that you feel deserve more recognition than they have?
Ooh, that is a tough one. First and foremost, I have to go Caesar. I love Caesar. I love Caesar's content.
Don't tell him that I do too.
He's in here, so he heard you. No, so and there's actually a joke with Caesar. Caesar has been jokingly deemed my TikTok husband because of a misunderstanding. I believe it was from Brian from the Triumph Guild. And he thought Caesar was my husband, and now it's just a running joke between me and him.
I mean, it makes sense. You guys do tag each other in a lot of stuff.
We do. And we talk like a lot, even like outside of like TikTok videos and like games. We're constantly like chit-chatting. But yeah, so no, he's been deep my TikTok husband, so absolutely. But I love his content though, not just, not because of the running joke. And I love his kitty. I love his little cat. I don't know if you've ever played a game with him. But if you haven't played a game with him, his cat will make like 10 appearances every single game. And it is the most hilarious thing ever.
There was a game that we played where Caesar had to play on half of his mat because she took a nap on the other half. The entire game. The entire game.
I believe it.
It was worth it.
I love his cat.
It was worth it. She's adorable. Caesar's cat is like 30% of the reason that I just made in one of my actually in both of my Discord servers, I made a channel that is strictly for pictures of your cat doing magic things.
That's great.
I've tried 4 times today to
No,
upload my pictures on my phone.
I'm making a Ren and Seri deck, and it's gonna be homage to the cat. Not that now he knows that, but he didn't know that. That cat does not care at all. That cat's just like, hey, I just want to be here. I want to be loved. Love me. I'm gonna join you in your magic game.
She needs her own mat. And
yeah, she does need her own mat.
She needs a picture of Caesar on the mat, and then she needs little mini cards. Because Caesar's mat has a cat on it.
Get her the mini card set. Absolutely. Caesar on it. I am game. We're gonna have to make that happen. I'm gonna have to make that happen. But like his videos are great. Because I am a newer player, I don't know a lot of like the lore or some of the like minute interactions that aren't really well talked about. So I've learned a lot of that from Caesar. I've also learned a lot of lore from Gamer Mom Bomb. I love her stuff. She's hilarious. Some of the stuff she puts out just cracks me up. And then, of course, I love everyone from EDH, Outlaws. Hey, no throwing the birdie at my camera. Sorry.
Pac-Mac said a while back, I apparently missed it. He said, love you, Evie, but F a Baneslayer. I think people forget that if they chat on my side, you can't see it. If they chat on your side, I can't see it. So, like, guys, you gotta bounce back and forth on the chat. We'll try to catch it, but, like, we're mostly supposed to focus on the comments at the end, so I understand what you guys are trying to do, and I appreciate you, but this is a lot of cutting I'm gonna have to do.
I made that Baneslayer into a 101 with double strike, flying, trample, life, link, indestructible. She's my babe. I love Baneslayer.
I feel that.
Dorian, stop, please. You're not funny. You're not funny because you're throwing things at my camera, and I don't appreciate that. But yeah, I do. The EDH Outlaws, the Triumph Guild, I love them. Yeah, there are so many creators I love. Okay, please stop. Can I do this, please? Or are you gonna have an attitude problem? Thank you. So, but yeah, there's too many content creators to name that I love. Sumo Mullet, I love Sumo Mullet too.
Oh, I gotta write that down.
I forgot about him for a second. He's funny.
Real quick, I gotta write something down.
No worries.
If you don't know, I keep a notebook with all the questions that I ask, and then each person that I plan on interviewing gets their own page where I lightly stalk them and write down questions specifically for them. And the Pac-Mac just said that there's a story about his disdain for Baneslayer, and I'm going to write it down so I don't forget to ask. Yes, I want to hear all about the disdain for Baneslayer. She's my babe, though. I'm going to disagree with you on whatever your story is, but I want to hear it. Okay, so how did it feel hitting 1,000 finally?
You know, it felt really good. It was unexpected. I didn't really come into TikTok expecting to really post a whole lot. I probably like sat on TikTok for like a year before I even posted anything. And then like I found the MTG community and I was like, oh my gosh, like I just want to like join in on this fun. And so like when I hit 200, I was like, what the heck? And then I hit 500, I was like, wow, really? And then like 1,000 was just overwhelming. It really was. I love this community. It's been it's been so great for me. It's been so helpful for me. I've learned so many cool stuff. I've met amazing people, with being on here. And so the fact that 1,000 people like what I post, like it's just mind blowing. And even still, I'm just like, I still can't believe like I can go live and do these videos and that all of these people like my content and my weird, goofy personality. So,
well, we appreciate you being here.
I appreciate you too, Sage. I'm glad you took up the mantle for Joey.
Moving on. Let's see, what no questions I have. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about how you play tabletop games. So how did you feel about the Forgotten Realms set?
I really like this set. I did open a pack or a box set booster box Friday. I think it's a really cool idea. I feel like they could have done more with it or went into a different angle than they did with it. I like the class cards, like those are a really cool idea. But there are things that I feel like they could have done better. Like I'm sorry, like we've all heard about Trask. Like
If
they
there's
could have did better with
if
Trask.
there's one thing I wish that on the dragons, instead of having a different something breath and then doing a different thing, I wish that they just made breath weapon
Yes,
key ability and then made it the same thing.
I agree. Yeah,
like
I agree.
Would that really have been so hard? Really?
Right. Yeah, there's a few things like I don't quite understand the die rolling. Like we're playing Magic, like
but like it makes
I don't know
sense
that
though. Like
that makes me a little like I don't quite know how feasible and functional that's really going to be in a game.
We already have.
But again, I only know Commander. Maybe it'll be really good in another format. But for me, trying to see how good that really is in Commander, I don't really see it myself.
I feel like if you're gonna build around die rolling, you're gonna build around die rolling. There are entire decks dedicated to flipping a coin. You know, if you're flipping a coin, you're not just gonna have one or two cards in there that flip a coin.
Right.
You're gonna have a bunch.
But I'm definitely very curious now that we have introduced the die rolling aspect about that carrying forward into other sets. That that are going to come out in the future, just because like there is a handful of them, but I don't know that like we have enough to really make a full deck out of it or fully build the deck around it. At least I know I only pulled a handful of them that weren't repeats of the same card.
Right.
So yeah, we'll see. I'm intrigued to see how well that can work in a Commander series set scenario. So what I'm looking for. But yeah, I feel like there could have been some different things. Again, I love the class cards. Those are a great idea. I like that they incorporate classes.
That I'm salty about.
Really?
I've opened 3 pre-kits. Didn't open a single class card. I'm salty about it. However,
I'll have to see if I have some repeats. I don't know if I do have any repeats.
I did get a borderless green dragon, a borderless red dragon, and a borderless white dragon. So now all I need is a borderless blue dragon, and I don't even actually
see.
need
And I got the blue,
dragon.
white, and black. I got the blue, white, and black borderless dragons. Between us, we have a set.
Oh, and then there was one card that I wanted because I didn't know I got it, and then I opened it as the promo card on the third one that I opened. So, Trostani is going to be very happy. And I've opened 2 Tasha's Hideous Laughters.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which I feel excited about.
I don't blame you. I would be too. I did not get any of those. I did pull 4 of the Planeswalkers, though, out of my box.
I only got 1 Planeswalker. And I'm not excited about it.
Well, I got 2 of my Planeswalkers out of my pre-release kit. And then the other 2 out of my box.
Ow, ow, ow. My nose ring just got stuck on my glasses.
Brian. Yeah, that's why I couldn't do that. Because my glasses.
It's never gonna.
I've heard too many horror stories about glasses getting snagged on nose rings. I was like, yeah, no, I'm good.
It's just because it's a bat shaped, so the wing got stuck. Normal ones wouldn't get stuck. Gotcha. But what did you pull that you were most excited about?
I am definitely actually really excited about the White Planeswalker, the Flowers dude.
See,
I'm excited about him.
That's the one I got. I'm not excited.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I'm probably gonna go sell
feel like I feel like he'll be fun in the right setting. He seemed pretty cool. I'm definitely excited that I pulled that minion, the Kobold minion. I don't remember his full name. But I pulled him in foil. And he's a pretty cool card. They did do Bahamut dirty. I completely agree with that, Oceanic. They did Taras 32. But no, actually, my favorite cards out of the entire set that I pulled, like, they're not even really fancy cards. But I pulled a... Yeah, him. He's so cool.
He's $5 in foil.
But no, I'm actually really excited that I pulled a foil Baleful Behemoth of the like showcase, like old art, like parchment looking card. Like I know he's not really anything fancy, I don't think. But like he looked really cool to me. And then I also pulled the showcase ochre jelly in foil.
Nice.
Which I'm like, I just love, like, I saw those cards. So I didn't actually look at a whole lot of like the spoilers or sneak peeks about any of the cards from the deck or from the set. I was just excited about having this crossover set, and I knew regardless of what was going to be in it, I was going to buy a box.
Fair enough.
So I didn't really care to look at what spoilers I like to experience going through them as I open it. But to see those showcases be in that like parchment-y original art style of D&D itself, I was stoked about pulling a whole bunch of those cards. And the fact that I got two of them in foil, a behemoth and then the ochre jelly, I was like, yes, I love these.
All right, well, so I think I'm out of my questions, so we're going to take it to the comments, and please remember that when this gets on YouTube, they won't be able to see the comments, so try to read the question before you answer it.
Absolutely.
And I'll be over here to read any that pop up on my side. But I've only got 2 people over here, so we'll see.
Yeah, I got a few over here. Although, while we are waiting, in case anybody does have any questions, I know I told you briefly, Sage, that there is something that I wanted to announce as something that I am trying to do. So I'm going to just go ahead and take the opportunity to do that while we're waiting here. So we all know, and most of us for sure are pretty torn up about the direction the MTG TikTok has kind of taken with the hate, the trolls, the strife, the arguing, all of that. And it tears me apart. It really does. When I first came into here, I was so overwhelmed with the welcoming, loving attitude that everybody had. And I want to work to get back to that. And anyone who has spent any time talking to me in my lives, on Discord, anything like that during games, knows that I just want to help everybody. Mommy, I'm hungry. Okay, give me just a few more minutes. We're almost done, buddy. Sorry, I had to refocus there. I just want to help people. I just want to put a smile on people's faces. And I have done little things. I know Joey has posted before. I bought him a new headset because his headset was going out on him. And it was at the point where he was still kind of back and, I wasn't quite sure. He wasn't quite sure if he was going to at some point re-pick up Magic Talks, or anything like that. I know he plays a lot of, spell table with people, and it's really hard to enjoy those things and do those things with a wonky headset. So I was like, here, okay, what's your address? I'm going to give you a headset. There have been people here. I made the post about Bubba EDH when he was in the hospital over 4th of July. And it wasn't anything big, but I rallied out for people to post pictures and videos of their family fireworks and their kids playing with fireworks, and just to try to make him feel a little bit more involved, and to show him our support. And that's just the kind of person I am. Is I want to, if there's something I can do to help somebody smile, and help somebody through a hard time, help somebody get back on their feet, I'm going to do what I can. I will get to your questions here once I'm done, Heart. So I am trying to organize a Pay It Forward MTG TikTok. And this is how it's going to work. I actually have the link already up in my link tree in my bio. And that will take you to an Amazon wish list that the only thing on it is an Amazon gift card. There is a specific email for Eviimae PIF to MTG at outlook.com. and you can make any sort of donation in these Amazon gift cards to that specific email. And all of those gift cards will then go towards getting something somebody needs, or maybe just something to cheer them up. We have amazing creators in this community, and a lot of these creators right now are having a really hard time with all of the hate that we are getting and we are seeing on this community. And if all I can do, and it's not probably going to be anything crazy. Obviously, it's going to depend on, how many donations come through for the pay it forward, and how many continue to come through over time. But if it's, someone just needs a cheer me up. We've got people who are leaving, or at least taking a break from here because it's just so rough. I want to show them they are still loved, their content is still loved, they are still appreciated. Even if it's just by sending them a pack. Maybe it's by sending them a Magic the Gathering hat, something to show our love and appreciation for them. We have other people who, like Bubba EDH Noob, who are struggling with a lot of medical things, that they can't afford maybe more than a single pack a month. And it's more of an outdated pack, not our newer systems, which are always running $8, $10, $12 per a single pack. So I just want to pay it forward. And unfortunately, like, if I could just send this all myself, I would, because that's the kind of person I am. Again, I'm a single mom. That's not something I can do. But I feel like if the community rallies together and we donate to the Pay It Forward MTG Talk program that I am trying to get started here, we can show a lot of these content creators that they are loved and they are appreciated, and that the haters aren't going to win. The trolls aren't going to win.
That is a beautiful idea, and I can't wait to help donate.
I appreciate that. I do have, as for like who and how often, again, that's going to depend on how much comes through at a point in time. I do already have somebody at the top of my list right now. That will be my first one once this thing really gets off and going. And it's just really going to honestly depend on who do I hear about, who do I find that maybe just needs a little smile on their face. Maybe things are just tough right now and they just need a smile. So there's not going to be any sort of particular nominating thing for that of people who might need it. I don't have anything like that set up in the works right now. It's just going to be me kind of making a list of people who I see and hear about that just need a little bit of love in their life right now.
So. All right. Well, I think it's a beautiful idea, and I hope that everyone helps out. But you said you had some questions over there in your comments. Do you want to hit those?
Yes, I do have a couple of questions over here. What do I think is MTG's biggest strength? I mean, I feel like this question could have a couple of different meanings. MTG as a game itself, I feel like a big strength of it is that it is constantly growing. The game itself is constantly growing. It's constantly changing and evolving. Where it's incorporating new ideas, new thoughts, and evolving. Obviously, there are downfalls that have happened in MTG that WOTC have done. But that's going to happen with any game, any company, anything. There's always going to be pros and cons to all of it. But I feel like the biggest strength is that there is constant evolution. And that it's a game that has been around, like I said, since I was a kid. Like, my dad played. Like, this game has been around for decades now at this point. And it's only growing. Let's see. I have another one here. What is my favorite partner? I don't do a whole lot with partners as of yet. I did just recently pick up Pier and the Imaginative Friend. I don't remember their names, but I picked up that duo recently. And they seem like an interesting duo, Pier and his imaginary friend, Toothy Pier and Toothy. That's what the names are. They do seem like a very interesting combo.
Mm-hmm.
So I might toy with making one. I don't know yet.
I have a friend that's their favorite deck.
Oh, really? Yep. Yeah, I haven't gotten too much into making partners. I keep thinking about it, and then like I'll start making a deck, and then I'll be like, I don't know that this is actually gonna work the way I think it is. Then I'll scrap it.
Never scrap it till
really
you've play tested it.
I should know that. Oh, what is one commander or color combination I want to know more about? Ooh. Thanks, Patrick. Patrick says, hey, Evie and Sage, hope you're both having an awesome evening.
Thanks.
Yes.
Have a nice.
This is awesome evening. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't know that I can pick like a specific commander or color combination I want to know more about. I'm still at that point that there's still so much I don't know that I can't really narrow down like a specific topic that I want to know more about. Joey actually just recently taught me a little bit more about Nethroi, I think is how it's said. So it's on my list to make. Because I got the Triome from our wonderful friends at the Triome Guild for that color combo. Honestly, one thing I do want to learn more about is about all these guilds, and like I don't understand a whole lot about it. I really don't. I understand like every color combination like has a guild, but that's really all that I know. Like I don't actually know like what all the names are. I was playing Lochthiel for like 5 months before I even like heard the term Celestia. And I was like, I have no idea what that means. And someone's like, no, like that's your color guild. Like, and I'm like, the what?
So I believe that it's not all color combinations. It's all 2 color combinations that have a guild. And then the 3 colors, some of them are wedges and some of them are shards based on where in the circle they are. And that's the part that loses me. But I know they all have names, but I think the only ones that are technically guilds are the 2 colors.
Gotcha.
I think.
Yeah, see, I don't know enough about all of that. But yeah, that's definitely something I would want to learn more, because people like throw around like all these names, like everybody just knows what they are, and I was like, oh, what? They're like Celestia, like it's green and white, that's your color guild, and I was like, okay.
So I cheated. I found a picture that has all of the names and the color combinations online, saved it to my phone, and put it in the favorites. So the only ones that I actually have like memorized, I only have like 6 of them actually memorized. But the rest of them, I just go look up when I need to know. So I think I have most of the 2 colors memorized, and then I have like 3 of the 3 colors memorized.
Gotcha. Like, I know Joey says Joey the teacher can teach you all about the color combos and why they're named it.
Actually, okay, I might only know 2. I know Bant, and I know Mardu. I don't think I know any other 3 color combination. I know Esper is the name of 1. Couldn't tell you what colors it is. Couldn't tell you. I think it has blue-white in it, but I don't know.
Gotcha. Kai goes, I don't remember if it's covered on Judge Kai Explains Magic yet. Well, if it's not, that should totally be like a whole like scenario thing you go into, Kai.
Episode idea. Go ahead. There you go.
Right.
Magic Talk is
like an episode a week of like what all these different guilds and shards, wedges. I don't know. I don't know how it all works. I would like to learn how it works. So there you go, Kai. Educate me.
I know that the 4 colors are either all named after, or at least one is named after, like these Nephilims that people wish were legendary so that they could build them as commanders. And so the 4 colors are named after those. So I know there's a 4 color called Witch. Couldn't tell you what the 4 colors are, but I know there's a 4 color called Witch.
Yep. Yeah, Yeah, that's definitely. I don't know. I really want to get more into lore. I don't know, like, and people keep telling me like to just go look up lore and all that kind of stuff, and I'm like, that's boring.
They're supposed to be books. Can't get my hands on them. But no, if you don't want to go look up lore, Psychomut is a great place to watch for the lore. I was doing on my old channel a little series about a Johnny's lore because, you know, a Johnny is bae.
Yeah, I know. I really appreciate it when Gamer Bomb I can never say it right. It sounds weird every time I say it. I can never remember if it's Gamer Mom Bomb or Gamer Bomb. I don't remember. She knows who I'm talking about though.
Rude.
Uh,
Not you. Kai.
oh, what can I say?
Things I'm not going to repeat because this is going on YouTube.
Oh, okay, got you.
I'll tell you
but
later.
yeah, like
I
I love when
message.
she was doing like the lore Wednesdays or whatever day she was doing that on. Because like I like reading. I love reading. I have a like 700 book collection that I have. I love to read. But it's more fun to learn about lore when you're learning it from somebody. So I'd rather talk to people and learn about it that way, or watch videos of people's lore, you know, telling about lore and that sort of thing. It's more fun that way for me.
I'm sure there's a lore series on YouTube somewhere, and if not, somebody needs to get on that.
I'm sure. Oh, Emerald says Esper is black, white, blue.
I was
Thank
right. I was.
You were
right. I said it was blue, white, something. Did I think the third color was red? Yes, I did. Was I wrong on that part? Yes, I was, but I kept my mouth shut.
Blue, white, something. We'll go with it. Blue, white, black.
It was blue, white, something. I knew it was blue, white, something.
Blue, white, something. Exactly. You got
black
it.
Is something.
We'll give it to you, Sage.
I deserve this point.
Let's see. I don't know that I have any other questions over here.
I've got nothing on my end.
Ricky did say that he feels like my Planeswalker ult would be an emblem that triples my +1/+1 counters. I am all for that.
That does sound accurate. It would need to be some ridiculous ult though.
Yep. I am all for having an ult that triples the number of +1/+1 counters that I drop. I'm all for it. That'd be an awesome ult.
All right, well, if we're bringing this episode to a close, I'm going to go ahead and give the floor to you as an opportunity to, you know, tell the people where to find you. Maybe not necessarily the TikTok people, but also, you know, the YouTube people.
Yeah, so I don't actually have a lot of social medias right now. All I have is TikTok and Discord. But so my for the YouTubers that don't know me, on TikTok, I am Eviimae, Eviimae on TikTok. And then my Discord is Eviimae. There's only one I in my Discord. Eviimae, and that is number 1565. And yeah, again, I do have that link tree posted in my bio. Not only does it have it for the pay it forward at MTG, and I also have like stuff I'm looking for, stuff I'm open to trading out, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's the only two ways to find me right now. I'm not a huge social media person, which is why it took me so long to actually start posting things on TikTok. But I love to make new friends and I love to talk to new people. So find me on here or on Discord. So what I'm in, like I mentioned earlier, to those that didn't see, I'm in a lot of the different Discords. I'm in Sages, Ashewees, and Gamer Mom Bombs. So.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me on the second episode of Magic Talk a la Sage, and I look forward to seeing some more of your content, and I look forward to seeing you on Spell Table, hopefully on Sage's space, so that we can post some.
Yes, I would love to see that happen, Sage. And thank you so much for having me. I am so excited that I got to do this with you. This was really fun, so I appreciate you for taking the time today. I know you got your D&D and all that stuff to get to, so
in my defense,
I appreciate you taking the time.
I wasn't supposed to have D&D, and then they were like, "Hey, let's play this weekend," and I was like,
"Right."
Well,
So, all right, I will let you get to you and do what you're doing.
have a great night, guys.
You have fun with D&D with your goblin. Goblin?
Half orc.
Half orc. I don't know why I thought goblin.
Cause magic.
Probably. Yep. Yeah, no. Story of my life.